Hi everyone. I just got back from a very long walk, about 10 miles. It's just that kind of day where my mantra on the walk was that happiness comes from within, what we create for ourselves in our lives, not from outside circumstances and what they do to us. And that needs to come from a strength of core, of self that we build from within ourselves. And that was kind of my mantra on my very long walk, but it also brought to mind the fact that we need to remain flexible in our lives. And when we remain flexible, yes, we will be buffeted, yes, we will be tried, yes, there will be hard times, along with all the wonderful, good, amazing times. And it is our flexibility that will help us through these times so that we don't break, we merely bend. And so I thought we could just do a little bit of flexibility work today, just to remind us that while we're working on creating joy from within, true joy from within in our lives, we need to also focus on retaining flexibility so that life and the outside storms and the outside world merely challenges and shows us how flexible we are. So I thought we could start with just a nice child's pose, and we're gonna sit back, bring those toes together, heels apart, creating that little space for our bottoms. And you can always take a blanket or a pillow and put it underneath. It takes some of that pressure off and give that a try. Also, you can have extra padding under your knees on the floor if you need that. And then we'll just stretch forward into that child and just feel everything let go as we sink our foreheads to the floor. If you need, you can always use a block underneath. Take some of that pressure off of feeling like you can't breathe, but just surrendering to that pose, opening up. You can always also open those knees wider, and that really allows that heart to melt forward. And then just let everything relax here. It doesn't matter if your bottom is touching your heels. It just matters that the energy is heading in that direction. And those shoulders are just straight out, stretching. For a little bit of a stretch, we can walk those hands off towards one side. And feel that lengthening stretch. I'm walking my hands off to the right, so I'm feeling that lengthening stretch along the whole left side. And the further I walk my left fingers over, the deeper that stretch along my entire left side. Keeping my bottom low and sunk towards those heels. And breathing deeply, letting my belly be soft and expanding with the breath. It feels like a deep, slow breath kind of a day. And then just gently walking those hands towards center. And then walk them off in the other direction. And again, the further that you walk, this time the right hand over, that deeper, that stretch you're going to feel all the way down through that right side, right shoulder, along those right ribs. Keeping that bottom reaching back towards the heels. You can even walk back to that opposite side again and just pick up that left arm this time. Reaching up with that heart towards the heavens. That head is just resting on the bottom arm. And walking off. This is a little bit of a stretch for our waist. And a little bit of a twist. It's nice and gentle. And then we can take our hands back behind us, palms up. And just let those shoulders drop out completely. Any props or blankets or pillows or blocks that you need to make this pose the ultimate in relaxation and restoration, that is exactly the point of this pose. So make sure you do that. Make sure that this pose feels like nothing but a safe haven. If that takes extra padding under those knees, takes a pillow under the forehead, takes a pillow under that chest. Do that. Make that pose just this safe place, this harbor of restoration and peace where you can go. Next, we're going to come to our bottoms, and we're just going to sit in a nice wide V, as wide as you're comfortable. We've got those heels pressed on the floor, and those toes are coming back towards us, and we're right on top of those sitting bones. Right here, we've got a gentle tuck in that belly button, going for that nice lift of that sternum towards the heavens, shoulders up, back, and down, crown of the head reaching towards the heavens above. Right here, you can sit and gain core work very gently, keeping that back straight and that heart momentum reaching forward. Imagine you're just hinging at the hips. We're walking forward. It doesn't matter how far down you come, keep that spine straight and that heart reaching forward. You're going to feel it in the back of your thighs here, and also you're going to feel it in that groin and behind the knees. So be very careful about how deep, and don't bounce. Just find wherever your nice challenge is that's not pain, and wherever that is, you can just let your head relax. Also, you can take a handy block or a blanket or a pillow and just use that to kind of rest and let yourself surrender to the pose, trying to keep that back straight, that heart momentum coming forward. You're getting an excellent opening stretch through those groins, hamstrings. Being careful not to feel any weird tuggings or pain, never working into pain. And again, let that belly soften and expand here as you breathe deeply. And the more you can just hold and surrender, you might come a little deeper each day. And then staying nice and low with that back straight and that heart momentum reaching forward. Keeping those sitting bones exactly where they're at, not moving them at all. We're going to walk off with our torso and just bring it over that right leg. So you're getting a little bit of a twist, a stretch, working a little deeper into those right hamstrings. Breathing deeply, and then very slowly staying low, sitting bones staying exactly where they were, not picking them up as we come off to this side, coming over that left leg, staying low, maybe feeling yourself come a little lower. Never working in pain. Breathing deeply, feeling our flexibility grow. And then we can walk to center, and we can take that right hand just inside the right ankle, and as we reach over with that left hand towards those toes, again our sitting bones are staying nice and firmly planted. We're getting a nice stretch along that left side, and then walking off to that opposite side. Just bring that left hand inside that left ankle and reach over with that right hand. There's my toes. Keeping that heart open towards the side. And back to that center, maybe a little lower. Heart melting towards that floor. And then walking up. Bring that heart up. Bring those feet in just a little bit. And you can just rotate those legs, let those knees flat down, releasing and relaxing. We're going to come into a diamond shape, bringing the bottom of the feet together. We're not bringing those heels too close into the groin like butterfly. This is called our cobbler pose. And from here, again, we're still seated nice and tall and straight, just like in those staff poses and all of those postures, just that perfect yoga posture from those sitting bones up. And here we're going to, again, reaching forward, except for this time, if you like, you can take your hands underneath, and they'll just come to the top of the feet. So as our chin reaches forward to keep that spine straight, heart melting forward, wherever your stretch is at, again, just let everything relax. Again, you could try a block. Just
resting it there so that your head has some place to rest, or a pillow. And just surrender to this pose. It's all about the flexibility that you will gain. Staying flexible in our lives, staying flexible in our bodies, in our minds, and our hearts allows us to bend to life's situations, to life's storms, which inevitably come along, and not break. Also strengthening us so that we're better able to appreciate the joy that we are creating as well. And then let's bring those feet together, heels pressed down, toes coming back towards us. Right here we're in that staff position, 2 lines of energy right along the earth, and then sitting up nice and tall and straight. Right here, gentle core tuck, great core work. And again, we can take those hands and just slide them down the outside of those legs as we reach forward with our heart momentum. You can bring those hands to the feet if you can reach. If not, don't worry about it. Just keep them in contact with the leg. That spine staying straight, heart momentum reaching forward. And wherever that stretch is, just let your neck relax. Using pillows and blocks here as well, blankets. Just enjoying, surrendering to the pose, and feeling that flexibility grow. And then reaching forward with that chin, walking up, letting those legs just relax. Feeling nice and limber and loose. And then as a treat, especially after a long walk, but anytime at the end of a long day, I'm going to end with a pose called legs up the wall. And what you'll do is you're going to put your bottom right up against the wall. And then as you swing those legs, you're turned to the side up against the wall, and as you swing those legs up the wall, then your bottom is right up against it. And as you can see, I've got my handy pillow here. That way your bottom is right up against the wall, and you can just have those feet up there. It allows all that blood to flow back to the heart. Any pressure of the day, of the walking, of whatever you've been doing, just melting back. And this is a pose that you can indulge in for many, many minutes. Just staying here, arms open, palms up to the sky. You see I've got my pillow. You could have a blanket over you. And just choose to indulge in that one for a good 10-15 minutes. And you will thank me. Do it at the end of the night or at the end of your day before you go to bed. Just an utter relaxation, allowing that blood flow back into the heart, or anytime your legs are exhausted or your mind needs a little calming. Stay flexible. We'll all bend together. We'll all be strong together. And we'll all make joy from within. That light that shines in me honors that light shining in all of you. It unites us all. Namaste.